Just hit close.
Yeah, close.
There we go. I think we got off to a slightly slow start here. I think it's 12:01, but that's okay, I hope.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, I think we're live now. I believe so. We're out at Bigfoot Burger. Hopefully we don't get a copyright claim for the music in the background because I can't hear it over here. But anyway, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, my wonderful, wonderful subscribers, and my very special Patreon members. But I want to wait till a lot of people show up first, and then I can thank you all while you're here. So anyway, let's see how many people show up. Looks like one person's there already, I think. I need my laptop. I need to be able to check the comments here. It's not happening yet. Anyway, I'm hoping, it says there's 2 people on there, but I can't see anything. I can't see any comments.
There might be none so far.
Well, there's 4 people looking.
Just
All right, well, apparently there's 4 people watching here, and I can't see any comments happening on my laptop. Oh, there we go. Hello, Raven. How you doing? How's it going? How's it going, Raven? Good to see you again. I'm glad you're hanging out with me here today. I can see your comments here. Oh, BC Food Adventures. Hey, he's hanging out too, watching. Yeah, cool. So we got a couple people watching a live show here, and it's a beautiful day out. It was freezing cold last night. It was like -4, -5 last night. My fire went out in my little tiny wood stove, and I was up at 3:30 in the morning trying to stoke it again, and then I caught a few more hours sleep there. But it's really cold there, but it's beautifully sunny today right now, nice and warm. I got my winter jacket on, but I'm starting to actually warm up a little too much here. It's such a sunny day. But anyway, so Ravens says everything's going great, but she's buried in snow there. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of subscribers down in Wisconsin, like Mr. Billy T and everybody like that, and everybody's buried in snow, and they got a wind chill factors going on. It must be horrible down there, horrible down there. So nice to be up here in Vancouver Island when we get some real nice sunny weather. You can probably see behind me there that the sun is shining on the trees there as well, so that's wonderful. I'm gonna have to move this over this side so I can see better. There, that's a little better there. Van La Lenga Ralte. How you doing out there? How you doing? Oh, hello, Anna. How's it going, Anna? Anna Finnemore. How's it going? How you doing out there? You still in Portugal there? Hanging out in Portugal? I'm getting a lot of activity around me. There's people coming and going and everything. Bigfoot Burger's open, and being a sunny day, everyone wants to be outside. So, so Raven says it's brutal. My van is finally road ready for a trip, but the mechanic took my money, so now I have to resave. Otherwise, I'm ready to roll. Working on your van and sitting in the snowed-in Wisconsin there. Anna says she's good. And thanks, she's in Portugal until July. Okay. Hope it's nice and wonderful over there. Hope you're getting good weather, not nasty winter weather out there, Anna. Hope it's all going good. But, I seem to be on a time lag here. I can see myself after the fact, sort of, when I'm speaking. Anyway, this is kind of a question and answer kind of thing. We're celebrating hitting 5,000 subscribers. That's fantastic. I thank you all for subscribing and joining and being on the Patreon program and bringing me up to 5,000 subscribers and beyond. It's been fantastic. It's been a wonderful ride so far with everyone. And I don't know, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of challenges and a lot of hard work, but it's been a lot of fun, It's especially having the little dogs around with me. They make the whole thing really worthwhile and everything, and make it a lot more fun and stuff like that. Oh, on BC Food Adventures, congratulations on winning, reaching 5,000 subs. Thank you there, Brandon. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna wait till a few more people show up, see how many people we can get hanging out here. It looks like we've got about 11 people watching anyway. I've got a few people commenting, so I'm gonna keep my eye on comment. Raven says, congratulations on hitting 5,000 subscribers. Holy smokes, yay. Thank you, Raven. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been crazy, and I don't know, when I first started, I never thought I'd ever get this far. It's quite amazing. I just was doing this just really basically to create a passive income and see what happens. And you know, I can't work at a normal job anymore because of my medical condition and that. I have to get specific jobs and specific forms of income and that. So I just thought YouTube would be a really cool kind of way of covering that, as well as doing something that's entertaining for me and for everybody else out there. So I'm actually, believe it or not, you might not notice it on my videos and stuff, but I'm actually nervous, especially when it comes to the live shows like this. I'm actually quite nervous to get going, even if I don't seem like it. So you know, sometimes I don't know what to say, and sometimes you know, I don't know. I'm just waiting for some really good questions here and waiting for more people to show up. We just started, so it's a little early. I know around the world there's different time zones and stuff like that. Like we're at 12 noon here, or just after 12 noon, and I think in the UK or somewhere in that general area it's like 9 p.m. at night or something. So, and it's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon in some of the eastern United States there. So, and across Canada, the other side of Canada. So we've got a bunch of different time frames going on. So hopefully a lot of you will show up today, help us celebrate. But I don't know, while I'm waiting, why don't I sing you a song? I don't want to scare you away though. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many young poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. Oh, mothers, tell your children not to do what I have done, and spend their lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. That was just a little sample. Wasn't a very good one either, too. I'm a little bit, like I said, nervous, and it's kind of early in the morning for me, but that's kind of the typical thing that's going to be coming to the Patreon members program. I'm going to be doing some cooking with Kent shows, and I'm going to be doing some campfire singing and stuff like that, full-length stuff. So in case you want to check out the special details like that, special videos and that, you can check us out on the Patreon members platform there. So that's what's coming soon. So hopefully that didn't scare you all away, my singing and that. So oh, here we go. So we got John Jarvis is here. Did I ever go to any rock concerts? Oh my God, John. Wow, what a question. Yeah, I saw one of my favorites is Freddie Mercury, Queen. One of my favorites. I saw them in concert in Vancouver. Wow, that was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. When in the 1960s, I think it was 1967, I was about 16 years old, I believe, 15 or 16. I saw the Rolling Stones in their first concert in Vancouver. I've seen Jethro Tull. I love Jethro Tull. I've seen Billy Squier. Oh, who else have I seen? Oh, I saw Heart. I saw Heart when they did their first tour through BC. They were touring with Toto, and they just blew away the concert. They're the frontliners for Toto, and they blew the concert away. Just amazing. And they were sent out on their own, and they just did fantastic. Saw Heart. I can't remember. I've seen a lot of concerts. I saw actually, oh, what's the one? Inagata da Vida. Who's Inagata da Vida? Who sang in the Gata da Vida? I saw them before they broke down and started off on their own. They lost one of their members, I think. But I saw them way back, way back. One that I never got to see, and I always wished I could have seen, was the Grateful Dead. Wow, I wish I could have seen the Grateful Dead. I love the Grateful Dead. No, Andy Garcia. Anyway, so I think that's. Oh, I saw Whitney Houston once. Oh, another one I saw was Yes. You remember Yes? And I saw Yes when they did the concert in the round. It was like a 3.5, 4 hour concert in the round, and they had every one of the original members there. That was in the 1990s. Yes, one of my favorite groups from way back as well. Yeah, I've seen them in concert. I'm still trying to remember all my concerts. You really put my brain to a challenge there, John. Yeah, and Anna says it's like St. Patrick's Day already. Well, it's getting close, very close, and I'm looking ahead to that, to doing a video on St. Patrick's Day wearing my St. Patty's outfit and stuff like that. So that'll be coming down. Oh, the Animals, 1964. Yeah, that's House of the Rising Sun there, Raven. Yeah. The Animals. Yeah. Yeah, I used to love them. I did that House of the Rising Sun in karaoke. Probably did a much better job at karaoke than I just did this morning. But anyway, that was just to give you a sample of what might be coming in the future. Yeah, and Anna Finnemore says she would have loved to see Freddie Mercury. Man, he is amazing, amazing, talented artist, and he's just fantastic live. Just one of the best shows I've ever seen. And yeah, he's probably Freddie Mercury and or Queen, I guess you could say, one of my favorite groups of all time. They're just fantastic. Freddie Mercury is just amazing, amazingly talented guy, and a fantastic singer, fantastic voice and everything. Yeah, just fantastic. Raven and Van says the Rolling Stones. Yeah, it sounds like she's seen the Rolling Stones in concert. Sounds like. Oh, BC Food Adventures wants to know how I got so good with cooking food. Well, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, my mom wanted us all to be self-sufficient, so she taught us how to do everything. Like, we could sew our own socks up and sew our own clothing, sew buttons on and stuff like that. But one of the things she did was she taught us all how to cook our own meals at a very young age. Like when I was like 8 or 9, I can't remember precisely, but we were making our own fried eggs and bacon and all sorts of stuff, and our toast. And of course, how hard was it? But we make our own porridge and have that. But yeah, and then after we were young, my mom continued to teach me a lot of her special tricks and talents in cooking all sorts of different meals. And I learned a lot from her, and then I just became kind of a foodie. And then from there, I just took it, just kept learning on the side and going to restaurants, and then I'd figure out what was in the food, and I'd go home and try and make it myself. So I spent many years after my mom taught us how to do a lot of the basics and some really good meals. I taught myself a lot more, and watched a hell of a lot of cooking shows back in the 90s and that. A lot of cooking shows, and I just continued from there and just kept on doing it, and a lot of it is just I'd experiment with a lot of different things, and try and see what would go together well, and what I thought would taste great and everything. And yeah, it's I don't know, I've just been kind of self-taught most of my life, but self-taught in the fact that I watched a lot of other Julia Child. I used to love watching Julia Child, and Graham Kerr. I don't know if anyone remembers Graham Kerr, and Barber, James Barber, I think it is, James Barber, local Vancouverite. Anyway, a bunch of them back in the day. I used to watch them on television, not on YouTube. We didn't have YouTube then, but yeah, that's my cooking experience. I was just kind of a foodie, and I love to watch and learn and try things out myself. Okay. Raven says, Toto heard you say his name. I was actually talking about the rock group, but I don't know if that's where Toto gets his name. I think it was from the Wizard of Oz, Toto. But anyway, yeah, he heard us say it, so his ears perked up, I guess. So Lila Wickware, hello Lila Wickware, how are you doing? Thank you. She's congratulating me on 5,000 subscribers, and she says I'm truly an inspiration to so many of you guys out there. Thank you so much. I'm hoping I'm an inspiration to a lot of people, you know, living in a tiny house on wheels, or, you know, anyone living in a van or a cargo van, or, you know, anything that's on wheels that they're living in off-grid kind of thing and not paying rent or mortgage or anything like that. Hope I'm a bit of an inspiration. I'm just trying to show the life that I lead, living the way I do in my little shack and with my little dogs, and the things we get up to daily and weekly and whatever. But if I'm an inspiration to anyone else, that's great, because, you know, anyone can do it. And I know there's a lot of seniors out there jumping on the bandwagon, and they've been doing it years longer than I have too. I see some people much older than I am, and some people are disabled, like in a wheelchair and stuff like that, and they're out there living out of their van, going camping and everything, and they make it work. So it doesn't matter how old you are, you can do it. And if I'm an inspiration to you, that's great. That's wonderful. Oh, John Jarvis says, I saw Ozzy propose to Sharon in the Wing Stadium, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Wow, that would be something. I've never seen Ozzy in a concert, and yeah, that would be something, because Black Sabbath is one of my other top favorite ones. I'd say within the top 10 of my favorite ones, yeah, Black Sabbath. The first 4 albums of Black Sabbath were fantastic. After that, it kind of went slightly downhill a bit, and then he went off on his own, and it was up and down, but I just loved him way back in the beginning. Just fantastic. And I still like him today. I think he's great with all of his side shows and everything he does, kind of thing. I watch whatever I can about him. Oh, did I ever get to see Rush? Raven in a Van asked me, did I ever get to see Rush? No, I never was lucky enough to see Rush. That would have been fantastic. They are definitely in my top 5, I would have to say, minimum 5. Rush, they're just a fantastic Canadian band. And it's interesting that since they the one guy, I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head, he died, and they disbanded the group, and they opened up a microbrewery in his honor. I think that's great, and I just think that's great. They were a fantastic band. I used to love listening to them for hours and hours and hours. That was one of my favorite. John Jarvis, you bad man. John Jarvis says, I smoked a joint with David Lee Roth. Well, that would be cool. That'd be something. Would have liked to smoke one with Willie Nelson. That would be something with Willie Nelson. But David Lee Roth was never one of my real favorites or anything like that. But that would be something to remember, to meet the guy in person, or anyone like that in person, and sit down and, you know, have a cup of Joe or anything with them, or even a joint and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be cool. That must be a really good memory for you, John, there. Yes, Lila Wickware mentioned, wasn't Graham Kerr have the show The Galloping Gourmet on television? Yes, he did. That's exactly what he did. The Galloping Gourmet, and I used to watch him for hours and hours. Him and Julia Child, and I believe it was James Barber as well. I think he did the Money's Mushroom commercials. Money's Mushrooms make meals marvelous. But yeah, I used to watch those 3, and a whole bunch more after that. But those, Julia Child and Graham Kerr, were a couple of my favorites back then. Yeah, that was great. I just spent hours watching cooking shows when TV, and then when YouTube came out, I watched even more. It's great. John Jarvis also says he saw In Excess, and he was the only guy there. In Excess, and it was always just a bunch of women out there at the concert, eh, John? And you're the only guy in the group. That must have been fun for you. In Excess, I never got lucky enough to watch them, but that would have been cool too. Crazed Vintage Model. Hello, Crazed Vintage Model. He says, greetings, Kent and everyone. Congratulations on your milestone of 5,000 subs. Thank you very much, Crazed Vintage Model. Thank you so much. Anna Anna Finnemore, you've never heard of Rush? Oh, come on. You've never been to Canada or the United States then, I think. Either that or you're in a different time frame of your life. I don't know, but Rush is probably one of the most famous ones in North America. Lila Wickware. She says, hello to you. I love watching your show from the beginning. I am 67 and hope to get a van soon and have it built out and get to meet all you on the West Coast one day. Yeah, that'd be great. You know, if you ever make it out this way and you can run into us, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, there's a lot more people getting into their van or some sort of vehicle on wheels that they can travel around and just live in practically permanently or permanently, and moving around the countryside and just check out all the places. And it's so much cooler than having just one stationary place that you live in, and you know, you can't drag your house down the highway and go park it you know, in another province or something like that, or another state or something. You know, it's so much cooler when you got your house and you can take it with you. So it's really cool. So I hope you get there soon, Lila. That would be cool. So Raven in a Van says Kiss and Alice Cooper were, excuse me, were among the two bands that she'd seen the most of. I never got to see Kiss live. I was never really big into them. I like some of their songs, but I never really that big into them. But Alice Cooper, I would have really loved to watch any of his shows. Just would have loved it. He was just a very unique, amazing guy, especially during the time frame he came out. Just fantastic. He was on the cutting edge and everything like that. Yeah, that would have been great to watch Alice Cooper live. But Kiss, yeah, so much. Oh yeah, and Raven says the Galloping Gourmet was so freaking funny and he had a great sense of humor. Yes, he did. That's part of the reason I love to watch him, is like he did amazing cooking, but he also had a great sense of humor, a lot of good jokes and everything like that. He was fantastic, yeah. And Shannon, hello Shannon, how are you doing? She loved the Frugal Gourmet. I recognized the name. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat again. This happens every time I go live for some reason. Yeah, the Frugal Gourmet, I recognize the name, but I don't really remember too many of the shows. I would have to look that up again. But that would be another one I would have watched, I'm sure. Rosemary Close, how are you doing? How are you doing? She says, nice to see you go live. Yes, it's kind of nice to go live. It's I get nervous doing it a little bit, and I tend to babble on somewhat, but I get used to it as I get into it a little bit more. But great to see you, Rosemary Close. Oh, here we go, unedited. Billy T. Hello, how are you doing, Billy T? I saw your last video clip out there. Looks pretty darn cold down there and really windy down there in Wisconsin. Man, it looked terrible and everything. And also, I hope that your pain is a lot better these days. I know you've been suffering with pain a lot, Mr. Billy T. And I hope your mom's doing well. I haven't heard much about your mom lately from you, but hope she's well, and I hope you're doing well. And I love your little dog, Lacey, little Shih Tzu. Yeah, really cute. So nice to see you showing up here, Mr. Billy T from Unedited. Oh, John Jarvis says his greatest rock memory is singing Behind Blue Eyes. That's Yes, isn't it? I think that's Yes. I believe that's Yes, Behind Blue Eyes. Yeah, that was an amazing song. That takes me way back. And there were 60,000 fans there, all singing Behind Blue Eyes along with the group. And he still gets chills thinking about it. Yeah, I would too if I saw them. I saw them, was singing along with them then too. That would have been cool. Those were the good old days, right? Fantastic. Yeah. So it looks like we got 21 people out there. That's what it looks like for me. Okay, unedited, Mr. Billy T. Thank you so much for letting me in on that. Billy T's mom sends her love my way, and apparently she's doing okay. That's great to hear, Billy. That's great to hear. Hope you're both doing well, and I know I see you take really good care of your dogs. I hope they don't freeze their little feet down there on that ice you're walking on. That was looked really cold. Thanks for giving me a shout out on that clip there. That was wonderful. Excellent. So I'm starting to lose track here. I don't know what to say too much. Oh, Rosemary Close, congratulations on hitting 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, Rosemary. Thank you so much. It's like I said, it's been a wonderful ride. It's been interesting, and I never really thought about it, about getting up to 5,000 or 10,000 or more a long time ago. Excuse me. Back in the beginning, I just thought, like, let's do a YouTube channel. It'd be something to do, and maybe get a passive income and that sort of thing. And let's just see where it goes. And I never thought necessarily that I'd get this far. I didn't think that far ahead. I just started doing it and see where it goes. So this is great that we got here, and I don't know. Let's hope it doesn't take us too long to get to 10,000 and beyond. That would be great. And Renee, hello Renee, how you doing? She says hi, and where are my little munchkins? Well, unfortunately, I'm doing a live here, and I've got to keep my focus on the live here and read the comments and everything like that. And I've got the little girls. They're Baby and Angel. They're locked up in the little tiny house, nice and warm and cozy there. They got food and water and everything, and they got all their toys to play with. So they're generally happy for a little while when I spend, let's say, an hour away or something like that. They're all sitting there. I can't really tie them up here and watch over them too well while I'm doing this, so it's a lot easier just to keep them put away. I kind of wish I had them here for you guys. I have one in each arm, but eventually they get bored and they'd start running around, and I'd have to watch them, and then I'd have to run away from the camera like this, and you wouldn't see me. So that's what they're up to today. That's what they're up to today. Oh, okay. That's an interesting question, John. I'm glad I'm getting a lot of questions this time. Last time, I didn't get so many questions. Got a lot of comments, though. But this time, John Jarvis says, did you learn to forage for food in the military? Well, that's an interesting question in itself, and an interesting story. I've never been in the military. Never once. I actually worked, did a lot of training with the Vancouver Police, the RCMP, and also Interpol, ex-Interpol police for when I was in security and that. But that's about as closest I've ever got to any army or any institution like that. But no, I actually learned wild foraging pretty much on my own. I grew up with a group of people, a group of friends and that, who used to go up into way into Crown Land and on the mainland of BC there, up around Whistler in that general area, and they'd go up and just cut trees down and build a log cabin up there, and basically wild forage and stuff. And I learned a lot through them, and then got a lot of books on wild foraging, and just studied and studied since I was probably about 15 years old, and I just keep studying all the time, more and more. And that's basically where it all started. Wow, it's getting really windy here. My umbrella's blowing around here too. But that's where it all started, back when I was quite young, and the people and the friends I hung out with, and then I got into mushrooms right away, and I just so fascinated by mushrooms. It's just a really fascinating product, wild mushrooms. I think they're so unique and so fantastic, and I love eating them too. And I'll eat anything, any mushroom that's edible out there, I'll eat it, as long as I study it first. And that's the thing with mushroom, you gotta study over and over and over and make sure your identification is 100% before you even try eating them. I've only poisoned myself once, but it was lucky, because in the book it tells you, if you don't, as long as you don't eat the 6 or 7 known deadly mushrooms, the worst you'll get is like a mild to a severe stomach ache and stuff and feel sick for a few hours, and that's it. And that's what happened to me. I misidentified something. It was in the early days, and I'll never do that again, ever, ever, ever. I've learned my lesson there. But yeah, be careful with your mushrooms. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing before you ever eat any of them. So that's a bit of a story on my foraging. That's I kind of come by it pretty much naturally, and then just studying hard. So Raven in a van says, she says, when I used to do Gothic circus acts as a professional knife thrower, well, she's done a lot of interesting things. I've seen that before. When it was time to make her stage entrance in Red Lights and Fog, her theme song was "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet." That would be cool. That'd be a really good, cool theme song for a knife throwing act in a circus. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce your name right. It looks like Susha Hay. Susha Hay, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. This person, Susha Hay, says, get a haircut. That's funny. That's funny. I've had long hair since I was 15 years old. I've cut it a couple of times in my life, but I've always grown it back again because I don't know. I just prefer it. It's something to do with my heritage from past lives or something. I think with my Irish background and that, I think I was a really severe Celtic warrior or something, and that's where I seem to like to have my long hair and collect swords and stuff like that. I don't know, but I don't plan on cutting my hair anytime soon. I don't seem to have a reason for it yet. Oh, John Jarvis says he's ready for some morel mushrooms. Yes, I haven't had a lot of morels in my life. On the island here, morels are very scarce. They're the natural morels are quite scarce, and I found a few of them here and there. Very, very hard to find, but the ones that you find, the morels you find the most are the fire morels, which are actually apparently the more tasty ones. And that happens, you get a forest fire, it burns down the forest, and then the following year all the fire morels come out of the burn area, and then people everywhere come out there and start picking, and they make quite a small fortune picking the fire morels and selling them to the buyers. Yeah, that's a really good mushroom too. Very good mushroom. And I haven't had a lot of experience with the morels. Just I've eaten them a couple times, and I've found a few of them, but I've never yet gone to the burn sites yet and picked the fire morels, which is kind of on my bucket list because I would really, really enjoy that. Raven says, I need to relearn about picking mushrooms. I've forgotten too much to trust my abilities. Yeah, you gotta get one of the best books. I wish I had brought the book with me. The best book ever is by David Aurora. He's one of the #1 top mycologists on the planet. And his book, it's a little field book. It's called All the Rain Promises and More. And it's fantastic. It's one of the best books, especially for North America and especially for the West Coast as well. Just fantastic. Very easy to read, and the pictures are fantastic, and it can teach you a lot about what you're looking for and how to pick the right ones and not the wrong ones. So, Mr. Billy T from Unedited says, hello Raven, hope all is well. I guess you hear that noise in the background. It's somebody over here at the storage units behind me has his ATV out, and he's or his motorbike. I can't remember. I can't tell which one because I can't see through the trees here, but they're playing with their ATV or their motorbike, and they're gonna go for a tour or something, and they might make some extra noise around here, so watch out for that. Anyway, so Renee, hello Renee, she says, I love mycology. I'm an amateur but enjoy it very much. Well, that's great. It's good to hear more people out there enjoying the wild foraging that the planet can offer, especially the mushrooms. They're fantastic food and protein and everything like that. And you know, the earth gives us so much. It's not funny, you know. We can pretty much live off the earth and all its plants and animals and everything like that. And I find those are the much better foods to eat than a lot of the processed foods we get today. Yeah, so keep enjoying that, Renee, and keep on learning, both you and Raven. Keep learning your mushrooms. Oh, John Jarvis. He says, I had long hair and it all fell out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Actually, my brother, he's 2 years older than me, and at around 30 years old, he started receding really, really badly. So he basically cut all his hair off and just let it sit like that. And I guess I was lucky in the family. I got the best hair out of everyone except my mom, maybe. My hair's even better than my sister's. Oh, that's funny. I think it's Susha Hay again. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm getting that right. And she says, Kent, the mushrooms, they grow behind you in the back of the restaurant. Yes, they do. The mushrooms and the dandelions and the plantain and even stinging nettle grow out here as well. So, yeah, we got a lot of wild stuff out here as well. And actually, right up back up the hill in the little park up there behind the restaurant here, there's quite a few mushrooms there. I go up for pine mushrooms back up in here, and they didn't happen this year. Not very good. At least I didn't get out that much, but the season was all off, very much off. Oh, John Jarvis. Oh, I am jealous. I'm jealous. John Jarvis says morel mushrooms grow all over his property. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I would love to be able to pick a whole bunch of them right outside my back door. That'd be great. Oh, Shannon. Hello, Shannon. How you doing? Shannon says, yes, she has that mushroom picking book by David Aurora, All the Rain Promises and More. She has that book. Excellent, excellent. That's one of the best books. Audubon also has a mushroom picking book out there that's really good as well, the Audubon Society. But that one by David Aurora, especially for our area in North America, and that is one of the best that I've ever found. And he is the best mycologist on the planet. Yeah, he is the best as far as I'm concerned. I've watched pretty much everything he's done. Everything he's done. Oh, Lila Wickware. Lila Wickware. Have you ever thought of making a recipe book? Yes, I have thought of making a recipe book. It's just my timing. Like, most of you know that I've got severe Crohn's disease, and with this disease, it just slows me right down. It takes me like about 2 hours just to get ready in the morning, at least 2 to 4 hours just to get myself ready and up and about and go out and do stuff in the morning. So basically, most people can get 16 to 20 hour days in for a healthy person. And me, I get about 5 hours max, and then I'm done, I'm toast. And so a lot of times all I do is I have enough time to go out and shoot a video and then build it, upload it and everything like that, and then go and have a nap or have dinner and go to sleep. But yes, that is on the plan. It's on the list, is to try and make a recipe book. It's just a matter of getting the right amount of time and that to put into it, and that because I want to do cooking shows also, like full-length cooking shows, which will go on the Patreon members platform. And but if I can get the time in, I want to do so many things, like a recipe book and more about foraging mushrooms, and you know, and then singing songs on full-length songs by a campfire for the Patreon members. You know, that sort of thing. It's there's so much I want to do, and the cooking recipe book is on the list, so hopefully I can get to it. We'll see what happens though. It's just a matter of me being able to juggle the minimal time I have with my condition and that, which is kind of sad, because when I was healthy I could do 16, 20 hour days no problem, and then some. Oh my God. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. It happens every time I need to talk to someone. Wow, that's an interesting question, Renee. If I could live anywhere in the world, where would I live? Wow, that's a really tough one. That is a really tough one. I mean, I love Vancouver Island because it's a it's the only microclimate in all of Canada, and we get such a mild winter generally every year, except for the last few years have been kind of crazy. But um, it's the best place in all of Canada for its little microclimate, um, and I just don't know. I mean, there's all sorts of things. Like I wouldn't mind living in Hawaii kind of thing. That'd be great, living down there and eating mangoes and coconuts and pineapple and all sorts of stuff um, all the time, and just being in a very tropical place. It's just really hard to say. There's other places like New Mexico, Arizona, nicer places that are generally warm more mostly around the year than typically it is in Canada and the northern United States and that. But I think one of my favorite places would probably be in Spain, possibly in Spain, Portugal, around that area. That would be a fantastic place because you'd be really central to all the cool places I love to see, like the UK, the Middle East, everything like that, and all the other European countries and that. So it'd be it's supposed to be just gorgeous and fantastic down around the south of Spain there. And like I say, you're really close to all the cool things of Europe and all those areas. Those are all on my bucket list, actually. I don't think I'm ever going to get there, but number one is to go to all of the UK, but especially Ireland and Wales, and Scotland, and then go through France and Spain and everywhere around there, and go to the Middle East and see Jerusalem and all those places, possibly Egypt and stuff like that. That'd be cool. That's on my bucket list. Like, I don't see with the way things are going in the world right now and my age and everything, I don't see myself getting there at all. But you never know. But I think the south of Spain might be one of my favorite spots to live if I had to choose one place. But I'd have to think about it more too. Yeah, okay, Raven in Advance says morel mushrooms grow pretty much everywhere around there in Wisconsin. Lots of them in most of the forest around there. Yeah, there's I can't remember which state it is, if it was Wisconsin or one of the states in that general area is supposed to be the morel capital of North America or something like that. It could be Wisconsin, I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up again. But yeah, one of the United States there in the sort of the mid-central area, northern mid-central area, is supposed to be morel capital of North America. And I hope you can hear me with this guy's motorbike or whatever it is going off here. Sounds like he's working on it, getting it running to hit the road or something. I hope he hits the road. Yeah, that'd be cool, John. John Jarvis says, if you get to Michigan in the spring, you can show us what other things grow there and wild things to eat and everything while we sit and eat morel mushrooms. That would be fantastic. I would really love to do that. And I don't know what my total plans are. I'm going to be moving around probably the island a bit here and then hitting the mainland, going through maybe a tour of BC. I would love to go across Canada and back. I don't know if that's going to happen, and I'd really love to go through the United States and check out all places out there. And if I could do that, one of the places I would hit would definitely be Michigan, because I got a lot of subscribers out in that general area, in Michigan itself, and in the general area. So I don't know. That'd be nice. I'd be love to sit down, John, with you and go wild foraging and then sit and eat a whole bunch of morel mushrooms. That'd be fantastic. That'd be a great time. I'd enjoy that for sure. Oh, that's too bad. So Lila Wickware says that they have diverticulitis and bowel cancer, it looks like, in their family. It runs in their family, and also severe arthritis. Anyway, so she says she understands about getting not having a lot of a day with your medical condition. Yeah, it's so sad to hear of anyone that's got Crohn's or diverticulitis or any of those really bad IBDs. Yeah, life changes once you you have to watch what you eat, and you know your body doesn't function normally like a healthy person when you eat food and process and that. Once that happens, your whole life changes, and it is crazy, crazy. And a healthy person can't even begin to understand that unless they really experience it themselves, or they have someone in their family, or someone they know well, that they've watched them suffer and watched what's going on. But yeah, your life changes when you have the any serious IBD. Yeah, sorry to hear that there, Lila. Sorry to hear that about you and your family. Oh, John Jarvis, Negril, Jamaica is where he would want to be. I never thought of Jamaica. Yeah, that would be a kind of cool place to be. I'd love to go to Jamaica. I don't know if I'd want to live there permanently, let's say, but I don't know. It'd be a fantastic place to go and visit. I think it would just be mind-blowingly wonderful. Another place I thought of was actually Brazil. Brazil would be pretty cool as well. Brazil, that'd be a nice place to be. Yeah, Renee also confirms that Michigan gets a lot of morel mushrooms. Yeah, I think we have total confirmation on that one now. Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry to see you go, Renee. Renee says, gotta run. Have a great day, everybody. Glad you got to join for a few minutes or so. It was nice to have you hanging around, Renee. Take care and have a great day. Yeah, Raven says she's got Crohn's disease too, and it's she was diagnosed when she was 7. Yeah, I had pediatrics Crohn's when I was young, and then it seemed to go into remission for many years until I was around my 40s or something. Then it started to get really bad, and then when I was 50 and I went through my chemotherapy, the nasty, nasty chemicals, you shoot needles into your body for a year, and it really just destroyed my intestines. But yeah, that's not fun. Not fun, anyone living with Crohn's. So Raven also says she wants to get up to BC, but she doesn't want to go in her Van Echo. So she might be having to get a different vehicle to come up to BC and check it out. Yeah, it's a great place. Come and check it out. I know you've said you've been up here before. You have a relative up here or something. But yeah, it's a great place to come. If you can make it up here, that'd be great. John Jarvis, you're a bad boy. Yeah, I hear you. I'm into the same stuff too sometimes. He made 220 grams of Rick Simpson oil yesterday, and he says most older people should take it. That's probably very true, especially anyone with Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, ulcerative colitis, ileitis, any of those IBDs and IBSs. Anyone with internal problems, but anyone with pain and stuff like that, Rick Simpson oil is a really good thing, a really great thing. I mean, Tommy Chong, apparently he was doing that for a long time, and it healed his intestinal cancer or something like that. For a while anyway. I haven't followed up on his story yet, but that stuff is really good for the body, very good for the body. Yeah, Lila Wickware, she says she totally gets why I live the way I do, because seniors, they do not get a proper pension for seniors practically anywhere you are, and it makes life very difficult. And so she lives in a mobile home, and so it makes it so much easier to live in your tiny little house on wheels, or a van, or anything you can put on wheels and not pay rent or mortgage or stuff like that. Especially with senior, when you're very, very limited income, it's not very great these days. So everybody that's a senior seems to have to find a second source of passive income or something, some way or other, whatever they can find. It's kind of sad, but you figure when we get to our age and that, we should be able to retire and be able to support ourselves and have a good life. But you know, it is the way it is these days, I see. Okay, Dan the Van Dan. Hello, Dan the Van Dan. Nice to see you show up and everything. And he agrees 100%. I'm not sure on what, but I think he was talking about seniors living on their pension and everything and living in a tiny house and stuff like that. And he says hello all to everybody out there. Dan the Van Dan says hello to everyone out there. Yeah, and Anna Finnemore says she just used CBD oil, which is a lot similar to the same kind of effects and everything of Rick Simpson oil. CBD oils helps with a lot of various pains and that. It really does work well. I've taken it off and on, but the thing is with everything I do and all my medications that things become very expensive and I can't afford everything I need. It would cost me a fortune. So I stick with a lot the main things I have right now, and when I can I try to do CBDs and stuff like that, you know, edibles and that, and they can help me with my situation. Okay, Lila Wickware says, what is Rick Simpson oil made out of? Never heard of it before. It's basically a cannabis oil. It's made with the raw plant itself, not the bud. It's not about the drug or anything. It's about using the plant and the plant's power itself. So before the plant flowers and goes into bud, that's what Rick Simpson makes his out of. It's kind of similar to a CBD. It's a one you ingest, and it's not about getting high or anything like that. It's about healing your pain and your problems and your intestinal situation. That's what it's about. That's what Rick Simpson oil is. Oh, Lou Perry, how you doing, Lou Perry? Thank you very much. He says, hi, Kent, congrats on 5,000 subscribers. Hugs to me and the girls. Yes, after I'm done here, I'm going to give hugs to the girls about this live show and are celebrating the 5,000 subscribers. Go home and give them hugs and kisses and roll around in the bed and play with them and their toys, because that makes my day, is my little girls. That really makes my days, having those little girls around. If I didn't have my little girls around, I'd probably go nuts, and I wouldn't be doing this channel either. Yeah, John Jarvis confirms Rick Simpson oil is a cannabis oil. Yes, he's confirming. Dan the Van Dan says, well done, John. Okay, Dan the Van Dan says, I was agreeing to the Rick Simpson oil. I thought that may be what you're agreeing to. And that's true. It's nature's medicine is what it is. It's not about having a drug or getting high or anything. It's a medicine. And that's some of the most potent medicines. It actually is, it's in the Old Testament, if you want to know. It goes back to King Solomon in the Old Testament, where he's told to take a bunch of stuff to the Queen of Sheba, and one of them was a big pack of cannabis. And it's a medicine. It's been around for well over 10,000 years. And it's used properly. It's a good medicine for healing and being functional and everything like that. And it's just part of, it's almost part of wild foraging is what it is, kind of, because way back then it was kind of a wild thing that they cultivated. So yeah, so it's really good stuff for medicine and healing your body. Oh, Dan says, no, the best indica bud is used. Well, sometimes, yes, it is. And, you know, you can make different varieties of cannabis oil. Wow. Okay. Somebody's car alarm is going off now. It just figures, doesn't it? You know, it's Monday the 13th. 13 is not a good number for me. So here we go. Yes, John Jarvis says there should be a statue of Rick Simpson in every Canadian city. Thanks to him, I have witnessed so many miracles, and so many other Canadians and Americans and people around the world have witnessed miracles because of Rick Simpson. And anyone that deals in that sort of area, using cannabis oils and stuff. I'm just kind of wondering who that is now. Maybe they're waiting for someone to finish their burger inside and want them to get out and get on the road again. Anyway, lots of cool interruptions. Oh, we're getting close. We're at 55 minutes now, so we're getting close. I only wanted to stay out here for about an hour, maybe a little longer or so. The weather's holding up, and that's good, so I might stay out a little longer, but generally an hour to an hour or 20 minutes or something is good enough for live. It depends on when you show up and stuff, and I know we're dealing with people around the world, so they're in different time frames and that, but we'll see how we go here. It's actually, the sun is really nice and warm on my back and my body right now, so it's not as uncomfortable as it was at 3 o'clock in the morning when it was -4 or 5. Yeah, and Raven in Van Am mentions trying some new gummies and stuff like that. Gummies are a great way to get your any of your cannabis things into your body, and they don't just take away pain and that. They can actually heal your body. It's a very miraculous thing, and I can't go into all the science of it, but it can actually heal your body and do so much. And anytime I've used CBDs or anything, the edibles, for my condition and that, the pain and everything, it takes a lot of the pain away, but also I notice a big difference in my condition with Crohn's while I'm taking it and eating food and stuff. I can feel a better process going on there, that's for sure. It's just too bad that for someone in my position, like on a CPP disability pension, just can't afford to do all these wonderful things all the time. So yeah. So right now we've got a lot of people on here. Got about 30 people on here. Looks like that's what I see on my screen anyway. And so I was going to thank everyone at the beginning. Oh my! Oh, it kind of glitched there for a second. It said reconnecting. I don't know what happened with the horn or whatever it was, but hopefully I'm still on there. It looks like it. I don't know what this person's doing. It's not their car alarm going off. They're honking about something or at somebody. Anyway, I was started saying I was thanking everyone at the beginning, but I wanted to wait till we got a lot of you here. Looks like we got even more showing up here. Let's see who we got here. Anyway, I just want to thank all of my fantastic, wonderful subscribers out there who have followed along and help us hit the 5,000 subscriber mark, and all my fantastic, awesome Patreon members that help support the channel in their way, and everyone out there that's doing whatever they can to watch my channel and support us and follow along and bring us to this level. I just thank you so much. Without you guys, the channel would be nothing. Like, I'd be just making video blogs that nobody would watch, which wouldn't be a cool thing. Yeah, no, all of you out there, all you subscribers, Patreon members, everyone, just, I can't thank you enough for following along and actually enjoying the show, and just bringing us to this level. There's not enough words and not enough thanks to you guys. So all of you give yourselves a big pat on the back for everything you've done to help us come to this point here. I'm watching the comments out of the corner of my eye. So Christina Skyer Roberts, she showed up. She's the one that wanted a Bigfoot Burger t-shirt that I sent her, and some stickers. Anyway, she says, hi, I can't just wanted to pop in and say congrats on reaching 5,000 Ks, or 5,000 subs, I should say. Good to see you on board there, Christina, and I'm hope you're enjoying your Bigfoot Burger t-shirt. Oh, NH Bent Needle. Hey, how you doing there, NH Bent Needle? Good to see you around. Thanks. He congratulates me on 5,000 subscribers. That's really wonderful. Oh, and Molly Cakes. Molly Cakes is here as well. That's great. She says, I really enjoy your content, and kisses to the girls. Of course, when this is over, those girls are going to get so many hugs and kisses. It's not funny. And that's not just from me. I give them enough as it is. But from you guys, man, you give my girls so many hugs and kisses. It's not funny. I can spend 24 hours a day hugging and kissing my girls for you guys. And then I got to kind of fit my hugs and kisses in there as well. So you guys are just fantastic. You guys just love my dog so much. And I mean, who wouldn't, right? I mean, Angel, oh my God, she's as cute as a button, and baby's just the love of my life. And she's just the most beautiful girl I've ever seen and anywhere. Anyway, yeah, thank you all for loving my girls as much as I do. It's fantastic. They're wonderful. They're really what makes the show mostly. I mean, I hold the camera and do shots, video clips and stuff, but they are the tiny house. Here we go again. I hope this isn't too loud for you guys. I hope you can hear me over the din. Just checking the comments again. But anyway, yeah, the tiny house is so unique and crazy. Everyone wants to look at it and have a tour inside it. Everyone thinks it's the greatest thing they've ever seen in their life. So the tiny house is really the most unique thing out there for the channel, and also for what people have seen. They think it's the most unique unit for anything that's on the road, traveling around and living in kind of permanently and stuff. And then of course the girls, and they just make the show. So the tiny house and the girls. And speaking of which, wait a minute. Here we go again, eh? Lou Perry says, thank you for acknowledging my comment, Kent. I was so excited. You're very, very welcome, Lou Perry, and thanks for hanging out with Baby and me and Tiny House on Wheels and catching our shows all the time and enjoying them. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your love and support, and thank everyone out there for all your love and support and everything. Now I think I lost my train of thought there, where I was going to go with stuff. This action going on along here. Lila Wickware says, is there a tiny house factory on the west coast that builds those tiny houses? No, there's not. I actually bought that off the person that built the whole thing. He built the trailer and the camper and everything. He built the wood box. He built the original wood stove in there. He built everything there. And I just happened to buy it off the guy that built everything. But no, there's not a factory out there. There's some kind of things that look slightly similar out and about here that are made by other people. But mine is the most unique one that anyone has ever seen. And it's just crazy, just crazy. Now, one thing I just remembered what it was I was thinking about. So I shot up to 5,000 subscribers. I was stagnating there at Whiskey Creek for a while there, and my subscribership slowed down. But as soon as I got back out on the road, my subscribership just went right up through the roof into 5,000. I can't get a word in edgewise, can I? Anyway, the main thing for that is because the tiny house is so unique, and everywhere I go, if I'm out in the public, like Rath Trevor Beach, the seawall, just anywhere I'm sitting there where people can see me, everybody comes and they take pictures, they stop and talk, they talk about the tiny house and all that sort of stuff, but they also ask me about the kilts and everything. But so the tiny house is so unique. Everybody and their dog, like if I'm parked in anywhere public, I get as many as 20-30 people stopping and talk to me every single day, and they all become subscribers, or at least they say they will, and obviously they do, because get so many more subscribers. And on top of that, you know, I stand out there and I talk to everybody every day, and I tell them my story and everything like that, and they tell all their friends. And also I got the stickers. I can hand out stickers or sell stickers when people want to buy them. On top of that, and then also I got these a while back. Oops, there we go. Oh, it's backwards because yeah, we're doing the selfie mode, so it's backwards. Those are my business cards now, and I've been having. This is getting insane, isn't it? I've been handing out business cards left and right for a couple of weeks now. So whenever I go into a store and someone asks me about my kilts and stuff like that, I also tell them I got a YouTube channel. I give them a little brief rundown, and they go, oh, I love watching YouTube. So I hand out a business card, because they're not standing there looking at my tiny house. They're just standing there talking to me. So I give them a business card, and I've handed out dozens and dozens of business cards. That's why the channel does so well, is because first of all, tiny house is so unique. And on top of that, I'm out there in the public and I'm talking to people constantly. Because there was a couple that came by, Scooter and Brad. Scooter and Brad came out from Ontario, and they stopped me one night down at the seawall there. They slowed right down and stopped and pulled in and stopped to talk to me. They're from Ontario. Scooter and Brad, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Scooter and Brad, how are you doing? It was really great talking to you guys that night there. Anyway, they said one of the most unique things about my tiny house. A lot of people say, oh, it's great for this, great for that. But they said it would be a really great moose hunting cabin. Going out and moose hunting. It would be perfect, right? You got a little house you can live in. You got the wood stove. You got the propane stove to cook on and everything like that. You got everything you need. And you got all the space on the trailer when you bag a moose. And you can just throw the moose on the front of the trailer. But that was the most unique thing I've ever heard about the tiny house, and a good use for it was as a moose hunting tiny shack on wheels. Cool. So hey, Scooter and Brad, I hope you're out there watching, and I want to give a shout out to you guys. And it was really nice meeting you guys. So I've been meaning to do that, and hopefully watching my live now. We'll see what happens. Here comes the tickle in my throat again. So I'm losing some comments here. Yeah, so Lila Wickware also says, wow, that tiny house is amazing. It sure is. The tiny house is really amazing. It is fantastic. The tiny house is fantastic. My dogs are fantastic. And I run with the camera and film it all. And I guess it's kind of unique that I wear kilts and stuff like that, but that's for my Crohn's disease. Excuse me, because it's the most comfortable thing to wear. But everything about us, I guess, is pretty unique. And whenever I'm in the public view, people want to stop and chat about just about everything, especially the tiny house. And when they see the girls, they just go nuts over those little girls. They just love them. Everyone loves my dogs. Everyone loves my dogs. Yeah, Lila, yeah, the guy with his bike needs to move on and upwards. Yes, he does. Get the hell out of my neighborhood while I'm doing a live show. Cool. Okay, well, NH Bent Needle says that he can hear just fine. He can hear me just fine. So obviously the noise of that truck honking and the motorbike scooting around wasn't interrupting the sound of my voice anyway. So that's good. That's good. At least I'm enunciating and projecting well enough. Oh, Dan the Van Dan. Oh, in 2 weeks they're leaving Ontario for the coast. Well, if you get out this way, come and check us out. If you can hunt me down, find me. That'd be cool to meet up and have a basic meetup, I guess, for a couple people that are doing life on the road kind of thing. That would be great. That'd be fantastic. Hope we get to see you and hope that happens. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be excellent. And Dan the Van Dan confirms, yes. Yeah. So I'm just checking out some more comments here. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Dan the Van Dan says, looks like it could be a pickup slide in the tiny house as well. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Hopefully you'll confirm that. A pickup slide in the tiny house as well. Interesting. Hope you get to confirm that, but we'll see. Anyway, we're moving on to about an hour and 10 minutes now, just about. And I don't know. I think we got a bunch of people showed up and covered a lot of content here and answered a lot of questions. I'm not sure if there's much more to cover. I had a whole list of things in my mind about what I wanted to talk about. And sorry, I was reading a comment again. And but I hope I haven't missed anything. If I do, I'll just put it in another video, I guess. And anyway, on my regular channel there, you can always ask me specific questions on there in your comments. And I I don't think I failed yet, but I think I get to every single comment that ever comes across my channel, and I try and answer as many as I can. And so if you have a question, ask me there as well, if I missed anything here today that you wanted to know. Okay, Dan says, the shape is like a slide in a camper you see on pickup trucks. Yes, okay, now I get it. Yeah, it's like a slide on a pickup truck. Actually, that camper is meant to go on a pickup truck. It's just that I'm not sure that the Ford I've got right now would carry it so well. I would probably need a 1-ton pickup truck to carry that camper. It's really, really heavy. I was planning on putting the camper on my pickup truck, but with the weight and everything like that, it's not necessarily going to be an easy thing to do. So, and it looks cool on the trailer the way it is. It gets more attention sitting there on the trailer than it probably would on a pickup truck. So that was the reason why I decided to leave it on the trailer. And I'm thinking of turning the camper around so it's facing a different way, pushing it back farther so I have more space on the front, and then I'll have possibly a little sunroom on the front. But these are all plans that are up in the air, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next with it, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen down the road, and plans always change sometimes, and then you have plans come up that you never thought of in the first place. So Lila, it sounds like you're taking off. Lila Wickware, she says, thank you for the live. It was great hanging out with you for a while. It sounds like you're heading out. It was great having you hanging around too, Lila. I'm glad to see so many people showed up today, and I just can't thank you all enough for coming by and checking out the live and having a Q&A and stuff like that. And, basically having a one-on-one with you guys, even though it's only in a comment thing. It'd be nice to have a video live that I could have a video chat with everyone, but I don't know if that's going to happen too soon in the future here. We'll see what happens with what they do with YouTube channels and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool though, in a way. But it seems like we're getting close to the end here. We've been on here almost an hour and 15 minutes. It's an hour and 12 right now, but we're getting close to an hour and 15 minutes, and I think we've covered about everything we can. And I just want to say to everyone, I can't say it enough. I know I've said it 2 or 3 times now, but I can't thank you enough, all of you out there, my wonderful subscribers and my fantastic Patreon members, and everyone out there that's been following along and watching us and loving our channel, loving my dogs, loving the tiny house, and giving us so much love and support along the way. It's what keeps me going, actually. That's the one thing I've had. Hey, Craig Betts. Hey, you're late getting on, just like you said, late getting on. Hey, how's it going, Craig Betts? Nice to see you hanging out with us. Great. We might not be here for much longer, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I just can't thank you enough for all your love and support and hanging out with us. I mean, you guys, I make the videos and I have the dogs and the tiny house and everything, and I guess that's entertaining and cool and all that. But you guys out there, the ones that follow and give us love and support, you're the ones that kind of make the show happen. Because if you guys weren't watching, I'd just be, like I said earlier, making video vlogs for myself, to watch, and maybe 1 or 2 other friends or something. But yeah, it's you guys that really make the show happen, because you're watching and commenting and viewing and giving us the love and support and everything. It's fantastic. It's what keeps me going. Like, I've had so many times where I just wanted to give up, believe it or not. I'm just going to be honest with you here for once in my life, maybe. Anyway, I'm just going to be honest and say that, yeah, once in a while I feel like giving up, and it's not because of you guys. It's not because of, it's more because of my condition, my health condition, and the challenge, and dealing with that, and my life challenges, dealing with, government institutions with the CPP disability pension and all that stuff, and not having enough time on my hands physically, not having enough money in my pockets all the time. And then every time I run across a big challenge, I think, oh, why am I doing this? And then go on and give up. But then I start reading all the comments from you guys, and I just get really elated. And I want you to truly believe this. When I get such guys. It builds me up and makes me keep doing this, and that's why I keep doing this, is for you guys, because you seem to love it so much, and you know, it makes it even better for me, which is fantastic. And I can't thank you enough, all of you. I don't want to start babbling now and repeating myself too much, so I just want to thank you all for hanging out and checking out Tiny House on Wheels, Baby and Me, Tiny House on Wheels, and Angel as well. She's along for the ride as well. So I just can't thank you enough, and give yourselves, all of you, give yourselves a pat in the back for helping bring my channel up to where it is and beyond, and all your love and support. Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. So Craig Betts says, "Hey Raven, how's it going?" Basically, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's the gist of it. And yeah, so I don't know. I guess we're kind of at the top end of our time frame here. Like I said earlier, an hour to an hour and a half is probably about the maximum for a live. Hopefully we get enough of the important questions asked and answered, and I hope you're all satisfied. I'm just kind of slowly tapering down and watching to see if anyone else shows up that hasn't been on yet today. But it looks like either they missed it or... Okay, Lila Wickware says, "I was wondering, do you use a VPN when using public Wi-Fi?" You want to be honest? Want me to be honest? I don't. I've heard of VPN. I don't know how it works, what it does, what it's all about. I'm really technologically challenged, so I've heard a little bit about VPN. I'm not sure. I can't answer that one because I don't know. I would have to ask some other person that has a lot more technological savvy than I do. So I can find that out and let you know sometime. Anyway, this has been a real slice, and thank you all so much for showing up. Lila says, "I'm technologically challenged as well." Yeah, a lot of us old folks are. We didn't grow up with the internet. Anyway, this has been a slice so far. I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys and answering as many questions as I can. I hope I didn't miss anyone's questions, and like I say, if you ever need to ask another question, you can ask in my regular videos. I generally get to every single... Oh, Glen Dome. Nice of you to show up, Glen Dome. Great to see you around. Just says, "Kent, you and the girls are tops." Yes, the girls are tops. I'm along for the ride, and I film them, and the girls are the tops. Yes, but thank you very much for the compliment. That is fantastic. Good to see you can make it. We're almost done here, I'm sorry to say. So you caught the last couple of minutes here, and I'm just tapering down now. We're going to end this live within 2 minutes or less, and just have to say adieu, I guess. But I just thank you all for hanging out, and let's hope we can have a really awesome ride up to 10,000 subscribers and beyond, and see how the rest of this channel goes. As long as you guys are hanging out and giving me love and support, I'm going to keep going, and it's all because of you guys. So like I said, I wanted to quit so many times, but that was more for medical reasons and such life issues and stuff. But as far as you guys are concerned, you guys make me keep going, because of you just raise my spirits and bring me up and make me elated just by all your love and support and everything. So anyway, I think we're gonna just pack it in right now. We're at 1 hour and 19 minutes right now, moving on to 1 hour 20. So anyway, I'm going to just have to say good night and goodbye to everybody, and thanks, Raven. Oh, Kay Regetta, hey, glad you could finally make it. We're almost done here though, sorry about that. She says, they say, I always get this wrong whether it's male or female, so I'm just going to say, they say, "Hi Kent, hope you're well." Yes, I'm doing quite well at the moment, and having a great time. And Raven was saying, yeah, Kent and the girls are rocking it. Yeah, thank you very much for that awesome compliment. That was fantastic. I know the girls are rocking it. I try hard, but the girls are just fantastic. Anyway, I think it's time to go. I'm glad you all can make it, and thank you so much again. And we'll catch you on the next live, and just see you down the road here on my regular channels and through the comments and stuff. And don't be afraid to ask most questions. There's only two I think I won't answer, but thank you so much, Glenn Dome. Hope to see you again soon. Yes, I hope to do another live fairly soon, like not so long in between my lives, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. See how many people we can get show up each time. Anyway, it's time to go, sadly enough. Oh, thanks, Kay. Kay Regetta says, have a great one. Thank you very much. You all have a great day, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are in the world. And we'll chat with you real soon, okay? But I do have to go. It's 1 hour, 20 minutes. So we'll talk to you soon, right? Ciao for now. Oh, Molly Cake says goodbye. Yeah. Anna says, great live. Thanks. Look forward to the next one. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Ciao for now.